What's up, guys? This is JR. We are here with the G Show guys at G. Fucking up already. It's been a crazy day. This is Gaming with the G Show. I am JR. I am hosting this shit like last time. I am here with some really funny motherfuckers. We are here with G1 again. What's up, man?
Oh, it's time to go. It is time to go.
I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere.
That's right.
I am also here with Alex. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Excuse my voice. I'm really sick, but I'm really excited just to talk about gaming tonight.
Well, you're fired now. And we are also joined by J-Rod. What's up, man?
What's going on, people? Good to be back.
All right, so it's been a crazy day. For all of you that know my personal gaming channel, you would see what I said about Bethesda last night. I didn't say shit about Ubisoft, and I don't think we're probably going to. It's up to you guys whether we get to it, but Sony just happened. And I'm going to go right off the bat and say, this year's E3 fucking sucked until Sony happened. They stole the show, they won it again, and I want to see who agrees with me. Let's start with Alex. Do you agree that Sony stole this shit?
I did think of that. The only thing I have to say that's negative is that the crowd and the atmosphere felt like dead. But other than that, they showed game after game, trailer after trailer. And I would say 95% of them were something I would honestly buy or something that the general public of Sony fans will probably get into because it was just like, AAA games, and all look fantastic.
I have to agree. Me and my wife were sitting there, and as soon as the end trailer of God of War happened, we were like, oh, that looks so cool, that looks so cool. And I was expecting a standing ovation, and not a single fucking person stood up. They barely even clapped. I was like, what in the fuck are you guys doing? That shit looks awesome. But let's turn it over to G1. Do you think Sony stole this shit?
I believe they did, but I want to point out also, for some weird ass reason, this E3 has been kind of quiet because I didn't catch the the EA conference. I caught the end. They were doing Star Wars. They were doing Battlefront 2. They were telling you, you don't have to pay for nothing but the game. Everything else is free DLC. And it was barely a fucking clap. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Same thing with Microsoft yesterday. It really wasn't like an overabundance of applause. So you're sitting there like, okay, what's going on in E3? Is it because it's open to the audience, to the public now, and you don't have just like the gamers in there who report on this shit constantly? But then I look at Ubisoft today, and that crowd was live at Ubisoft yesterday. I fell asleep for Bethesda. I honestly missed the whole damn thing. I woke up and I saw the last thing, which was Wolfenstein Colossus, and I was like, oh, and I really caught like the last minute of that, and I was like, all right, another Wolfenstein, I'm with it. But yeah, as far as who won E3, we haven't seen Nintendo yet, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch it after it's aired because I got to work while it's on. But so far, I think Sony actually did take it from Microsoft in regards to just they have better exclusives. What did Microsoft bring to the table exclusive-wise that I would play personally? I don't play Forza, so there was a lot of Sony exclusives that had me like, yep, Sony.
Yeah, I got to agree. Even, while I was watching it on YouTube, after the beginning song, a lot of the live streams audio cut out, and I finally, after probably 5 or 6 minutes, found a live stream whose audio was pretty decent, and it was ruining the experience for me, but, even with that happening, a lot of those games got me pumped, and it got me excited. Let's turn it over to J-Rod. Do you think Sony stole this shit?
That I do. I do think they stole it. I went down saying after I seen one of the games that they announced, this greatest E3 press conference this year, hands down, I don't even care about tomorrow. This is the greatest one. Only for the announcement. But, it was good. Same as what Alex was saying before. It just, it did kind of feel like, it wasn't, people weren't giving, those and clapping and standing and cheering. I'm like, guys, this is some big stuff that they're showing right now. And you're kind of just mellow about it. It was kind of crazy.
I got to agree, like I said before, it was like fucking dead. I don't know what it is. Because it's been a disappointing E3 up till this point, and I just think maybe people are just like, oh my god, I know I was feeling it after Bethesda and after Ubisoft. I was sitting there like, the only reason I'm fucking watching this is to see what's coming out. I'm not excited for shit at this point, and I'm a bit more excited. I'm just not hyped for a lot of shit because a lot of the shit we've seen last year. It's nice to see some actual gameplay though. But let's turn it over to a new topic, and we're going to start talking about some games. And I guess I'll start with, some of the most anticipated games for us from Sony. And I will say right off the bat, that zombie game, I can't for the life of me remember what the title is.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't lie.
Oh, man.
Man, what was that title, guys? Because I can't even find it online.
We were thinking about, like, we watched it live, like, we kind of did a Google Hangout while that thing was going, and the whole time I was like, it's that zombie game they put out last year. And then I was like, no, wait, what was I saying? It was like, it's The Last of Us 2, which is actually shocking that they had nothing for The Last of Us 2. You would have thought that they might have had something really for The Last of Us 2.
I was really surprised that they didn't have anything. They started off with some DLC for Uncharted, or it's a new Uncharted game. I don't know, but I was really, really surprised by that. But yeah, I'm excited for that zombie game. Fucking comment whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even care.
Oh, it's called Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Thank
There
you,
we go.
Alex.
No wonder I can't remember the title. It's so damn forgettable.
Alex has con flu, by the way. Alex has con flu. He was at an anime con, and he got bit by the bug.
I did.
And God of War, that game's really got me a bit more excited, but I'm not as excited as I was before because watching some of that gameplay trailer, I was kind of like, oh, they're really moving away from the far out camera hack and slash to more of a real close, over the shoulder type, and I'm not digging that. But the story, I'll play it for the story. I'm very curious to see what's happening there. And then my last game, two games. Skyrim VR caught me by fucking surprise. I don't like VR. I never wanted a VR headset. And quite frankly, I'm sick and fucking tired of Skyrim. I wanted the next Elder Scrolls. Fuck you, Bethesda. But Skyrim VR looked pretty damn fun, and I think I'll invest in a headset for my PS4 just for Skyrim VR. Because, the whole bow and arrow, actually using the move sticks, that'll be really cool. The last game, SPIDERMAN. That shit looked dope. So, I'm going to hand it over to Alex. What are your favorite games from the Sony conference?
Oh, man, I have... God of War looks really interesting. And the thing is, I played all the others, but this one feels more, I don't know, personal, maybe because of the kid. It was like God, he's taking care of like a child through this journey, which has never really happened in the other games. So it seems more slower, but more personal, which I kind of like. I like the atmosphere of the game. The next one is I have to agree with the zombie game looks really interesting. But that Spider-Man game was probably the highlight of the whole conference, of the whole E3 so far, because that felt like when Batman Arkham Asylum was first announced, the first game, everyone was blowing out their minds, and I got that same feeling with the Spider-Man game. That was this is me going back 7, 8 years ago, whenever that Batman game came out. And also that Marvel vs. Capcom, that story mode looks dope. It looks sick. I can't wait to play it, and it's coming out in September, so I don't have to wait too long for that game.
Yeah, it's crazy, honestly. Some of these games were just fucking insane, and I'm just excited, Like I said, I was totally bleh until I seen some of these games, but we'll pass it over to G1. What were your favorites from the Sony conference?
I gotta be honest, man. I pretty much liked everything I saw from Sony, but I'm a huge God of War mark. Everybody knows this. This is not a surprise. Kratos is number one. I hated the idea of Viking Kratos last year. I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't like it. But then this year, but of course I ate it up because it's God of War. This year, though, they gave you more story, and then you see the gameplay. And even though I kind of missed the Chains of Olympus, the axe, this axe looks pretty fucking cool. In fact, I'm looking forward to seeing how this all goes down. But there were elements in the story, what we saw, that harkens back to God of War. My original Kratos. So I'm looking forward to playing this game and finding out what the fuck is going on with this story. The zombie game, again, I don't even remember. Yo, Alex, what was the name of that shit again?
Days Gone.
Days Gone, yeah. Well, that needs to be seared into the head. It's just a generic title. It's not The Last of Us, which, again, where the fuck was that? I was really, really, really having my fingers crossed for Infamous 4, The Return of Cole. That's what I wanted, right? Like, come on. But I didn't get that the way I didn't get Halo 6 yesterday on Microsoft. The Uncharted game looked cool because I liked the idea of them going away from Nathan Drake. So I dug that. Days Gone was cool. Shadow of the Colossus, though. I didn't play the original PS2 version, but I'm saying that has got people buzzing. I'm telling you, because my phone was blowing up during the press conference from people who love that game. Facebook was blowing up. So I'm like, wow, look at this. And it looked gorgeous. So I don't think it's a part 2 more than it's a reboot of the game, a remake of the original game. And you know what? It works. And then, of course, Spider-Man. Because fuck me 1,000 ways to fucking Saturday. That shit blew my mind. Blew my mind. And like Alex was saying, this is exactly the same way I felt when we first saw Batman Arkham Asylum. And then Arkham City. And then Arkham Knight. Rocksteady nailed Batman and his fighting prowess. This shit right here, this Spider-Man game, Sony, whoever's making this game, nailed Spider-Man. I mean, absolutely took everything from the comic book as far as the web swinging through the cities, and they nailed it. And I've only played one Spider-Man game before this, and I think that was Web of Shadows, where the big boss was Venom. And I loved that game. I thought it was great. This one, whoa, it's over. It's over. It is over. That, hands down, was the second best game of E3, the first being Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yeah!
No, that Spider-Man game, like, when I was watching it and he was doing his little smart-ass shit that Spider-Man does, I was like, fuck, they understand this character and they're getting... Honestly, I haven't read a lot of Spider-Man comic books, but I love the Spider-Man movies. Hate me if you will. I like the Amazing Spider-Mans with Andrew Garfield. The second one I didn't love, but I still liked it. And I think they kind of nailed that smart-assy shit in those movies spot on, and that's what I've seen in this game, because I've always known that Spider-Man is kind of a smart-ass. So I'm glad that it's in this game. The game mechanics, I feel, are really cool. The web slinging across the city looks solid, and it flew smoothly. And, I mean, goddamn, I don't think I've played a Spider-Man game since, I think, Spider-Man 3 for the PlayStation 2, where you got to be Venom. I think it was the last goddamn Spider-Man game I ever played. So it'll be nice to pop back into it. So let's head over to J-Rod.
Whoa, wait, real quick, before you.
I already got to
well, hold on, before you get to J-Rod, I just want to say one thing real quick. I completely forgot. If there was one thing I didn't like about the Sony press conference, honestly, it's that stupid Monster Hunter game. Why the fuck they got a Monster Hunter?
Dude, that shit looks awesome. What are you talking about?
The greatest game that they announced and made Sony the greatest conference this year was that Monster Hunter game. Don't ever. I will come to your house and drop kick you. I won't miss. I am not a stormtrooper. I will blast your head off. Do this.
I couldn't help it. But I had to throw that in. I had to jab you with that one.
Hell no. Don't do that. Man, Monster Hunter, I've been waiting for this for years now, man. Ever since Nintendo bought the rights from Capcom, so Capcom could drop them stupid Try on the Wii. That game sucked. But I bought it because I love Monster Hunter. And 3U on the Wii U. Bought it because I love Monster Hunter. Got it for the 3DS because I love it. I had to get 4U, then Generations, like whatever. We could talk about all of them. It doesn't really matter. I am a huge Monster Hunter fan, and I've been waiting for Sony to get it back because Sony was the greatest with it. And now you give me Monster Hunter open world. It's just insane. That trailer was crazy. There's plenty other monsters. Like, basically you see them in their environment, which made that trailer just look so good and that game so great to me. So that was my number one hypeness, and I'm telling you, Sony won right off just that. Other games I'm excited about, Kratos, man, God of War 4. I love Kratos. And yeah, I do miss that hack and slash. You're right, man. Like, that further away, that's, you have that change the whip. Which I'm missing. What else? Spider-Man, of course, but everyone's saying Spider-Man, you can't knock it. That game looks insane. Fucking fell in love with it. All the action in that shit. I can't even, man. Horizon Zero Dawn, that DLC was crazy. I can't. But I got to go a little against you on the Skyrim VR, though. Because I was like, it's cool and all, but I'm not buying a VR for this. If I want to be able to pull a bow back, I'll just buy it on my Switch. I can swing my little joystick. He's going to swing the sword. I can pull the bow back and shoot it. I got the feeling already. I don't have to spend, I don't need VR for that. That was the only thing I had.
Yeah, I can kind of see, even I was just looking on my Facebook to fucking see what people are talking about, about this press conference, and a lot of fucking people are like, Bethesda, you're beating a dead horse at this point. So, like, you're fucking beating the shit out of that dead horse, and there's barely anything.
It's because Skyrim did so well for them, man. And then they did the Elder Scrolls Online, and everyone was like, oh, man, because Skyrim was so great that they jumped on it and then was like, this isn't Skyrim, though. And then, you could see it on their press conference yesterday, which I was really upset with their press conference, because it really didn't have much that, really stuck out at all. It was just like, oh, here's some old stuff again. We're going to, now in our card game, we have Skyrim. Oh, wow, that's cool, I guess.
I do have to say this. There's two major games that were not announced for this conference, but they did announce it in Saturday, and that was the newest trailer from Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasy fighting game. Those, I'm surprised they didn't show a little trailer for the conference, but they are exclusive to PlayStation 4, and those were phenomenal. Those trailers looked really good. So I did want to throw that in.
Real quick, now that Alex mentioned that, I wanted to just ask a question because I missed like the first 20 minutes of Ubisoft today. Did they show the Kingdom Hearts 3? Because isn't it?
No, because they're not the ones making the game.
But Ubisoft, their beginning was the Mario game.
Wait. Isn't Final Fantasy Ubisoft? Or am I bugging?
No, that's Square Enix.
Square Enix, never mind. All right. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. All right. My bad. Yeah, that's shocking then. Because I was looking forward to that too because, all right, I never played Jesus Christ.
Well, Kingdom Hearts.
But I've always loved the context. I love the idea of them bringing in, this crossover between Disney, which is crazy, and then Final Fantasy, which again, I don't play Final Fantasy games, but it's just a genius idea. Like, people love Disney, right? And then you have your Final Fantasy fans, and there's a lot of them. That's just genius. So I'm actually surprised.
And not just that, but they did tease, because remember, this is Disney. They did tease a little bit of Star Wars in the game that's going to appear in Kingdom Hearts 3 and Marvel. That's going to be huge.
I didn't see that, but now that you say that, fuck.
You guys good now?
yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I'm just playing. Look, I'm just going to close out the favorite games and stuff by saying this. Look, Sony brought it, looking on Facebook, a lot of people are like, Sony fucking sucked this year. I'm like, you guys, what the fuck, man? No. Sony brought it this year. No one else has brought it. Nintendo might do good tomorrow. I ain't watching it. I don't fucking own a Nintendo console. But, Sony did good. And besides the audio issue that a lot of the live streamers were having, it was really solid. And the fact that they ended this conference with the Amazing Spider-Man, they're putting a lot of goddamn faith in it too. Like, they really believe Spider-Man's gonna do good, and I hope it does, because that shit looks dope.
You gotta remember too, like, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man movies, so Spider-Man Homecoming's coming out in the theaters this year, and it's a joint venture between Marvel and Sony, right? But like, the games, Sony has an exclusive right to, and and what they showed, what they're doing with Spider-Man is just beyond belief. And it's like, yeah, you can't play with Spider-Man on your Xbox, you can't play with Spider-Man on your Nintendo, unless, of course, it's probably like what is that, the Nintendo game Infinity that they do? Unless they, right, but that's probably the only other place you can play as Spider-Man. This shit, because think about it, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity drop. There's no Spider-Man in that trailer. There's no X-Men in that trailer. It's all Marvel exclusive. And that was huge as far as telling where Marvel and then the rest of their licensing lies. Sony's, with Sony dropping that Spider-Man trailer last, that was like batter up, bing, grand slam, knocked it out the fucking park. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It's just fucking crazy for me because, goddamn, the last Spider-Man game we got, a lot of people were like, this fucking game sucks. And it's just, I'm glad to see that Spider-Man's basically getting the Arkham trilogy treatment, Like, yeah, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it like we did Batman. Maybe we'll see in the future some other superhero games that are just as good. Moving on a little bit, because I don't know if you guys felt it, but there were a few things that were disappointing about Sony's conference compared to the last few years.
Yeah, it was all the VR shit.
Yeah. A lot of VR titles, a lot of them I was looking at, I'm like, why is it VR if it's a side-scroller? That didn't make much sense.
That makes 100% right. Holy fuck.
And some of the big disappointments, it was the fucking crowd for me. Like, what the fuck, man? Y'all got sticks up your asses? What the hell? We're supposed to be having a good time. I'm having a good time on my couch. I've been disappointed thus far. Like, Sony comes out and I'm like, I have no faith because I had faith in Bethesda and they fucked it up. I had no faith in Ubisoft and they met my expectations. And with Sony, I'm like, at this fucking point, no faith. And they gave me a bit of faith. It was like, yeah, they came out and they're like, yeah, we're going to do the games. We're going to do games. And it seemed like no one gave a shit. It's like, who the fuck cares about games at this gaming conference? I don't know. Gamers? What the fuck? That bothered me. That really fucking bothered me. J-Rod, what bothered you about Sony's press conference?
It's going to be all those VR titles, man. Like, it wasn't up to, like you said, with the side scrollers. One of them, like, I think it was Moss or something like that. With the little mouse, like, why is that even VR?
Honestly, I will throw in there, that mouse was adorable. Just saying.
Not even on that game was kind of giving me the feel of, like, Ori and the Blind Forest and stuff like that, from Microsoft. But getting away from that, like, the crowd was a big upset. Like, you just, where is the motivation in there? Like, and nothing special going on. Like, guys, they're giving you games and good games at that, and nobody was even like cheering. I'm sitting here friggin' jumping up and down, like, going crazy on some of these titles, and these people are just sitting there. You see like two people clapping in the background. Like, come on, guys, you got to give a little more than that. Sony did their thing. I think Sony had the best, and that's not even, like, I'm gonna keep saying that because of Monster Hunter, but that if you put Monster Hunter aside, I feel Sony's press conference was just, it had the energy and the crowd wasn't there. Sony did what they needed to do, and the crowd just didn't show, that they were doing what they needed. I mean, you could have had that crowd at Bethesda, but then that would have been a little better because they would just, they kind of shit the bed in my opinion. But other than that, that was my biggest pet peeves with Sony.
You know, maybe the crowd was still pissed off about paid mods for fucking 6-year-old game in Fallout 4. I don't know. I'm fucking pissed off about it, but son of a bitch. Yeah, dude. I mean, Monster Hunter, I've never played a Monster Hunter. I'm looking at that. You know, I've always heard good things. I'm like, yeah, that's a solid fucking game. I'm going to pick that up. And the ending, that was funny when he just sits down and starts roasting that meat.
Oh, dude, that is like the me and my friends, and we'll do that in the middle of like an area where there's a monster just to be funny, and we'll like pan the camera and we'll just roast it, and it actually plays a song, and I like if you time the song right and you hit the button, like he'll pull it off and you get like a well done steak, which gives you better stamina. But like he jumps up and like cheers that he did it. So I was sitting there when he was roasting, and I'm like, but where's the song? Why are you not playing the song?
Too early.
That was an upsetting thing, right?
No, dude. Even with that, because God, I don't remember the last time I heard one of my friends telling me I need to go play Monster Hunter. What the fuck's wrong with me? And I mean, it's been a while, so kind of assume that's been a while. But let's move on to Alex. What is your most disappointing with Sony?
Well, I'm surprised they didn't show anything about the Last of Us 2, because that's very anticipated, and they didn't show anything about it, so that kind of surprised me. I'm also surprised that there's no new game for, like, say, GTA 6 or something. I feel like that should be coming out probably next year or so, but it would have been nice to see a teaser of that, because there's been rumors about a new one being made. Other than that, the only thing I really see is just the crowd. The atmosphere felt dead. Sony did everything they wanted. There was no, like, people talking per trailer. Like, the beginning, say, this is our new game. Let's talk about it. They went to trailer to trailer to trailer. And Sony did what they had to do, but sadly the crowd was not there. And it sucks because, I go online and people comparing this to Microsoft. They're saying that it felt dead. And, it ruined the conference. But to me, it was all about the games, and the games are what I care about, not what the audience is doing. So in the end, to me, it didn't matter at the end.
Yeah, it's just that fucking crowd. I know if I went to E3, even if it was as shit as this year, I'd still have a good goddamn time. Another thing that just popped up on my newsfeed by Sony themselves that they didn't show, and it just got announced, Gran Turismo is coming back, I guess. I just found that out. That's very interesting. Yeah. But let's turn over to... Why didn't they say anything about that? Gran Turismo has always been a huge Sony staple. At least back in the day it was. But I don't know. G1, what pissed you off about Sony's press conference?
That Monster Hunter. I don't get it. I'm just fucking around with God.
I'm coming to drop kick you. I swear I'm coming. I'm getting in the car right now.
The crowd was lackluster, but again, I mean, when I watched the EA, and you, JR, you were the one that was like, yo, EA starting, and I had my phone off because I was watching The Mummy, and that movie sucks, so you know what? Yeah, that pissed me off. When I got home and I like went back and what the fuck? It was yesterday. It was Microsoft's press conference. I went to IGN. And IGN was like replaying the EA press conference. And I caught it again at Battlefront 2. And I was like, yes! And the crowd just did not do anything. And I was sitting there, I'm like, but they're giving you everything you want. And how the fuck are you not applauding this? What do you want? What else do you want? No, we're just going to give you the game for free and everything for free. And you know what? We're going to give you a free Xbox One and PlayStation 4 for free because fuck it, you're here. No, stop being assholes, man. So, yeah, the crowd participation this year is lackluster. But again, that might be because it was open to the public. And it's the first time the public gets to be at E3. And you don't know how, other people react on their couches. I mean, most of the time I was running to get a beer or some shit for some of these things, like that Detroit thing. I've seen this game before. I'm going to go get a beer. I come back and I'm like, well, why? I've not seen this game before. This whole cyborg thing was very intriguing. But Sony didn't piss me off, so I can't even say I'm mad. But yeah, the crowd was lackluster, and I would like to know why. Why? Because again, I was watching the Ubisoft today, And that crowd was live, man. That crowd was live. And I don't know. But I do want to ask a question. I do want to ask a question. Because me and my good friend Alex right here, we had a little conversation earlier today about the Xbox One X and the PlayStation Pro, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Sony didn't show anything in terms of a new console. This was all about games, and I think that was right. I think that was the right thing to do. We don't need to pump anything else out right now. Now, Microsoft is telling me that the Xbox One X is the most powerful console to date. I'll take it, I'll believe it, but my whole thing is, graphically, that's pretty much how I look at it. I want graphics that I want to touch my TV and cut my finger off. That's how real the shit got to be, right? But we know it's not going to get to that point. What I saw yesterday from Microsoft was gorgeous, but what I saw today from that fucking PS4 shit, it wasn't just Sony conference, was gorgeous. It's 50-50. It's split down the middle. So what the fuck is the difference? Like, what would be justifiable to go and buy an Xbox One X if I already have an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4? I don't know. You know, I could play these games on these same systems. These are one of the things I wanted to ask Alex that question because I know he had something to say.
I do, and I have a lot of things to say about this. For one, I do want to clarify something. I did some research, and I did play around with the PS4 Pro at my friend's house this week after our little discussion last week. The PS4 Pro does play games in 4K. We mentioned this last time that it did not. It does. The only thing difference between the Scorpio or now the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro is that when you put it in 4K, PlayStation 4 Pro, the graphics go to, like, say, medium settings. Like in computer now, you can adjust the graphics settings. So instead of high and 1080p for the regular PlayStation 4, when you pump it up to 4K, the graphics dumb down, but the resolution goes up because the PlayStation 4 is not as powerful, or the CPU is not more powerful to keep the graphics settings high with the 4K because the 4K draws a lot of power from the system. But I'd rather say this in terms of the graphics. 4K does not bump up the graphics textures. It just does the resolution. The games will look like on a TV or something pretty much the same in terms of what the models look, but the resolution will be more crisp. Like, you can see the letterings and maybe far away images a little more cleaner, but that does not make the graphics itself better. So it's not like we're getting an Xbox, the next generation or PlayStation 5. That's not what we're getting. We're getting the same graphics, but the resolution is different. And that's why people are not going out buying these consoles. That's the difference.
Yeah, I'm not buying $500. There's no reason, but there's make it the load time thing though. I think installing a game for me it takes forever. If it's gonna speed that up, that might be one of the reasons why. And I don't understand how if the Xbox One X is gonna have Xbox backwards compatibility, how come the Xbox One don't have it? It has to have the same thing. It doesn't make sense why Microsoft would alienate their fans.
It does. Your Xbox One has backwards compatibility with 360 games, and it will with the original Xbox.
Yeah, they're all going to get an update. It's not like the Xbox One X is going to be exclusive. They're all going to get it.
Yeah, right. If you and me go buy Left 4 Dead 2 for the 360 or Left 4 Dead, pop it in our Xbox Ones, we can play together right now.
Oh, I already have it.
We don't need to buy it. We have it. We can drop it in because I got it.
Yeah, I have to go buy it. My games are fucking gone. I'd have to go rebuy it. Fuck, I can do that shit tomorrow.
And the update in the future is going to be not only can you play the original Xbox games on the disc, but they're going to start releasing it digitally as well. So that's going to be really nice. And also, a company is re-releasing the original Xbox controller for the Xbox Ones, all of them. So that's going to be a really neat thing to see. But remember, it's not Xbox One X exclusive. It's for all of them. Xbox One Slim, the original and the new one.
I don't know who would want to play with that fucking brick of a controller again. That controller is a monster.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I would do it because it was a monster, but it was amazing to...
Well, it's because I have an original Xbox, so I have those big-ass fucking controllers.
I do, too. But I'm just saying, like, there's no reason for that. The 360 controller for me was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I don't want to fucking play with a goddamn gamepad. That's what it feels like. It was just nah, I'm good.
All right, so I just, it's been a weird ass E3. That's all I'm gonna say. It's been strange. Sony brought it. They've brought it better. They definitely did better than Microsoft because Microsoft doesn't have the exclusives to back the console. Sony does.
Yeah.
Microsoft wanted to push the Xbox One X. Sony don't got to do that because they pushed the PS4 Pro last year. And, Microsoft's playing catch up right now. So now we're at this point where we are at the mid-generation cycle. And this is the make or break point where if we start seeing games exclusive for the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, and I'm getting that vibe a little bit like, what if the PS4, the regular PS4 and the regular Xbox One become obsolete? I mean, we're at this point. And, since now we can talk about both consoles being out, what do you guys think? Will we...
I don't think so because it's like, it's like saying, for the 3DS, remember there was the new 3DS, which some games were able to play only on that, and those games failed horribly because just like the PlayStation 4 Pro, it did not sell well. The newer graphical, high-powered version of the same console. Those things never really sell well unless it's a totally different console all on its own. So what happened with the 3DS is that companies just started making games again after that little dilemma to work on all versions of that console. So I don't think Sony and I don't think Microsoft's going to do that because then they alienate a lot of people. They get pissed off, and then they're not going to buy the next console. It's just too much investment, too much money on the same freaking thing. Otherwise, call it a different console if it's going to play only those games. But if it's still an Xbox One, then it should be played on everything.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. So, listen, it's been crazy. We've done a few of these, and it's been an interesting E3. Sony knocked it out of the park, and if there's anything else anyone has to say, let them speak now. I will go in the row. G1, anything else you would like to add to this?
Ubisoft surprised the shit out of me. I've never been a fan of any of their E3 conferences. It's just I never played Far Cry. There have been a couple that I wanted to play. I do own Blood Dragon. That was a DLC. I wanted to play Primal. Never got around to it. But Far Cry just never was in my wheelhouse. I liked what I saw with Far Cry 5. But that wasn't my favorite thing at the Ubisoft press conference. There was a couple of other things that were like, what the fuck? And me and J-Ro were talking earlier about this shit. That pirate game?
Skull and Bones.
Holy fuck, are you kidding me? Like, because I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan. I like what they're doing with this new one, going back to the beginning, apparently the origin of the Assassin's Guild, and doing it in Egypt. I think that's great. But that pirate game, whoa. I was like, wow, this shit got me intrigued. Then again, I suck at multiplayer games, but this is something I would play because it's a co-op. It's legit, like mission based. Like it's not about running and gunning. Like if you're playing, let's say Battlefront for instance, and some motherfuckers just want to go and get the kills instead of doing the mission objectives. Do the mission objective so we can win this game instead of you just getting your point total up. Come on, man. This pirate game looked like, no, you have to do this mission-based shit. I like that a lot. And then they did the ending thing with the fucking Kraken. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, there's giant monsters in this game too. Win. I've never played Beyond Good and Evil, but that trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2 blew me away. I mean, completely blew me away. I was like, what is this? And I need to see this now. So, with that, Ubisoft did his damn thing. Sony did his damn thing. And again, that Dragon Ball FighterZ shit, that's the game to beat. That's my one. That's the one.
You know, I don't understand, man. I mean, that pirate game, yeah, it looks good. I'll definitely probably pick that shit up. The Kraken at the end? Oh, shit. If we get to fight that motherfucking Kraken, I will have a fucking blast with it. But, man, I was snoozing during Ubisoft, and it just did not grab me. A lot of it was just boring to me. It was almost as bad as EA. And EA, you know, that shit was cringeworthy. Very, very cringeworthy. It was, like, fucking hilarious. But let's move on to J-Rod. Anything else you would like to add to this?
Oh man, Sony's press conference, all of you, man. I hope G1, man. I hope you buy Monster Hunter World, man, and play with it. Don't play games, bro.
That Monster Hunter, boof it.
Oh man, that's it right there, man. But yeah, no, Sony did their thing. I'm very excited with what they did, man. I feel like they stole E3, and like we said, man, it's still tomorrow. We still have Nintendo to go, and I just don't think like Nintendo is, you know, Nintendo's never been that powerhouse type of system or name out there. You know, like you got your Marios, which we've seen today, you know, so I don't know with that, but Sony I'm happy with. Ubisoft I thought was pretty good. Microsoft not so much. I mean, they really were just pushing the console most of the time. All right, we got a couple of, you know, games here and there that were like, oh, that's pretty cool. But, you know, it was more pushing that console, which I'm probably not going to pick up anytime soon after that. But, yeah, that's about it, man.
Yeah, you know, honestly, like I said, you guys probably do the Nintendo one without me. I've talked to the wife. We have no interest in watching Nintendo's tomorrow. This is it for me. This is it for E3. I am fucking done. Thank God I'm done. Fucking worrying about the times, and I'm not Pacific time, I'm Mountain time. Son of a bitch, it starts later for me. God damn it, fuck, I missed this. God damn it, fuck that. Crazy time of the year for me, and I'm done. And I'm so happy I'm done. But, Alex, is there anything you want to add to this?
Well, besides Nintendo, E3 pretty much was Ubisoft and Sony. They really rocked the park besides the crowd dilemma, but that's not Sony's fault, so can't put it on them. Microsoft, again, just like I talked about last week's podcast, I think the Scorpio, or aka the Xbox One X, is going to go down just like the PlayStation 4 Pro. A lot of people is not going to be interested because 4K is not a big thing, and that's a big hefty price, $500. Versus, you know, the way cheaper $399 PlayStation 4 Pro, which actually is going to go down $50 more, so it'll be like $350 in the end. And in the end, it's just, you know, 4K is not a big thing. I think Microsoft put way too much money in a console that's just going to fail. And we're going to see the numbers in a few months, and I will probably repeat myself and be like, well, Microsoft blew the ball. They should have concentrated on games and get exclusive titles instead of concentrating on the console. Sony did exactly what they needed to do with games, and Microsoft did not. So hopefully tomorrow Nintendo does something awesome, because I'm waiting for that, and that's pretty much all I gotta say on this for today.
You know, honestly, I will be fucking surprised if Nintendo steals it. It's the one conference I'm not going to watch and watch them be like, the next Elder Scrolls is going to be exclusive to the Switch.
Yeah, they might do it, man. Capcom broke my heart when they did that with Monster Hunter, and I'm like, wait, exclusive to Nintendo? What? Why? Why do you do that? So you never know, man. That'd be crazy, and I swear if that happens, I'm gonna get in touch. I'm gonna message you on PlayStation. I will message you right away, like, what just happened?
Dude, I will be like, all right, I'm going to get a fucking Switch just for that game. I think that's pretty much what I did for my PlayStation 4 originally. I picked it up for Godzilla the game, and that game was shit, so I was like, fuck it. Anyways, Crazy fucking E3. Watch Nintendo steal this shit tomorrow and be like, hey, we're giving away free Switches to all. But, I don't know. Look, this was nice talking to you guys. I think we got everything out that we had to say, and if there's more, that sucks. Because I'm hosting this bitch, and I'm tired as fuck. You guys don't even understand how late I stayed up bitching about Bethesda. That shit was fucking ridiculous, and I want to bitch more about it, and I can't do it on here, so I'm going to have to do it elsewhere. Like on a live stream on Twitch. That's all I'm going to say about that. Look, it was nice having you guys. I'm glad I could get your guys' opinions and know I'm not just fucking crazy about certain shit, and to know that, yeah, Sony did actually do fucking pretty good compared to Microsoft and EA and that one other company I don't want to talk about right now because I'll just get pissed off. But thank you guys for joining. G1, I'd like to thank you so fucking much, not only for letting me host, but for being a part of this.
Oh, no, it is my pleasure. When I don't have to do a vast amounts of talking and hosting, it's all you.
Yeah, dude, I'll get better at it. I'll get this shit figured out to where I'll be fucking recording the shit from my computer. Just in case you want me to host it, I'll be like, kick back, have a fucking beer, talk when you want to. I'll do this shit. Yeah. It's a fucking blast. I fuck up every now and then, like in the beginning. I'm gonna cringe at that shit later. But no, dude, thank you so much for letting me do it. I'd like to thank Alex, even though you are sick as fuck with this weird anime flu. I wish I had it. I want to go to an anime convention. But I'd like to thank you so much. Your opinion is always fucking delightful to hear, and it's always delightful to know that you know your shit, too.
Of course, and I'm glad you guys know your shit, too. Even though I'm sick, I was as excited watching E3 with you guys live, and it was honestly a great night. And I'm sure we'll have much better, more great conversations as the weeks progress. But as always, I always enjoyed these podcasts. And my friend, you did a great job in hosting today. So congratulations. And yet again, a successful podcast.
Yeah, I did it yesterday. And today I was like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. I feel confident. And then fucked up the first 5 seconds of it. I was like, oh, fuck my goddamn life. But no, thank you so much for the compliments. And J-Rod, nice fucking having you, dude. I know you were fucking busy and you stuck around for it. I'm always glad to get your opinion on stuff. And I'm super excited to play some Elder Scrolls Online with you in a bit. We'll live stream that shit if you still want to. And we will fucking talk about Bethesda's dumbass fucking decisions.
Oh, man, they're failures. Yeah, no. Thanks for having me again, man. I really do appreciate jumping into these podcasts. I apologize that, the in and outs on the music, but, hey, you got to take care of business, but make sure you're here for the podcast. That is more important than anything. So when you did that thing today, I was excited. When I watched it live, that was cool, and now this podcast is great. I'm hoping to get on some more podcasts with you. And yeah, we'll keep it at that.
Hey, I just want to interrupt real quick. Samoa Joe just kicked Brock Lesnar in the fucking mouth. I'm watching WWE Monday Night Raw. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Derail.
Over there.
Where was the WWE 18 video game release? That's what I want to know.
Ain't no one care about it. It ain't exclusive to shit. At least Sony don't care. No, it'd be nice to see a fucking good wrestling game. I've been wanting to get into it because of some of the shit that they do. But this podcast is ending, and I will just keep talking. I swear to God, I'll go on for fucking ever about dumb shit. It just happens. But I'd like to thank all of you listeners for listening to us fucking babble and shit for the past, God, I don't even know how long, because I lost track of time right after we started this son of a bitch. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. I know they did. And we will keep doing the shit as long as you listen. This is JR, and this is the G Show, and this is Gaming with the G Show. We are the fuck out of here. Don't ask us to do another one of these after fucking Nintendo. Goodbye!